After an exciting 2025 season, McLaren retained their Constructors' Championship. Oscar Piastri, a new world champion in the sport of Formula 1. We head into a big regulation change for 2026. New engines, new chassis, new everything. Whole new rules, whole new challenges. Can I keep Aston Martin on top? Can we go for a world championship? Let's all find out. So here we are at the end of the overview of the 2025 season. Drivers' Championship, the highest, that was Fernando Alonso in P8. And Constructors' Championship 5th, which was the target. The target for 26 is 5th again. That's not my personal target. My target is to hit the long-term objective a year early. So hopefully we can go for the Constructors' Championship this season with our new driver in George Russell, our new engine with Honda, and hopefully a decent car, because we have put a lot of money into development, a lot, or into research. I don't know where you can see that on here, but there's a lot of big changes in the car, which we've tried to mitigate the best we can. Some places not quite got to where I would have liked them, but it's going to be what we're going to have to deal with for now. We've got no pole position bonus point, no fastest lap point, no double points for the final race. So that all stays the same. Everything stays the same in terms of regulations, but we put the Honda powertrain now in the back of the Aston Martin, which hopefully will go well. 21 million a year for that engine. Hopefully will form a long, successful partnership. And now we see George Russell next to Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin. I am very excited to see this pair on track. Very excited to hopefully win a lot of races with them. It says the first race is Bahrain there. I'm going to change the season. I'm going to bring up the performance graph, change the calendar, and then... So I'm not sure what the first race will be. I've not quite decided on that yet. But we have got some ATR. We've got some performance apparently. But my priority is getting this sponsor negotiation sorted. So... I think the upfront package is the best. It gives the nearly the most funding. Second most funding, but it doesn't rely too much on performance. So it's going to be that one. And then I'm going to fill the rest of this up. Right, so that's our plan. We've got a couple of upfronts, a couple of performance, and an engagement package in there. So that's 89 million for total funding. 37 million of that upfront, 19 from engagement, 32 from race day. And they like their VIP activities apparently. So hopefully we've got a good performing car. It's 56 days till the first race. But today we're just going to sort this pit stop training schedule, or this pit crew training schedule. We're going to see the new grid, and then I'm going to bring up the performance graphs. That should be enough. Okay, George is already gaining performance. This is good news. But I'm not looking at the car yet. I don't intend to see any of that. I intend to go straight here to the team rosters. As straight away you can see that McLaren and Ferrari retain their driver lineups, but now Oscar Piastri is higher rated than Lando Norris after winning that championship last season. So that could be a very interesting dynamic again this year. And next two teams will be Red Bull and Mercedes. So Mercedes, straight away after we've taken George Russell off them, you can see have hired... I'm sorry, what? Wait, what's just happened? So, Max Verstappen and Liam Lawson still at Red Bull after last season. But over here, Mercedes seem to have had something go horrifically wrong, because they've had both their drivers swap. George Russell come to us. Kimi Antonelli, I've got no idea where he's gone. But Mick Schumacher and Sergio Perez. Okay. That's it. I was not expecting that at all. So that'll be interesting to see this season. As we go to Aston Martin and Williams, us and Williams. So as we know, we've got George and Fernando in the car this season, and Williams retain their lineup of Sainz and Albon. Next, it's Alpine and Haas, who Alpine have dropped Doohan in favour of bringing Kevin Magnussen back from his World Endurance Championship season and dragged him back into the sport to drive the Alpine, this is completely mind-blowing. I wasn't expecting this. But Haas have retained their lineup of Ollie Behrman and Esteban Ocon. It was a very strong lineup last year for the team. And as we can see, the first big team change this season is Audi. And as we scroll down, they have got Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto, same as last season. And I'm sure the Daniel Ricciardo fans will be very, very, very happy to see that RB have dragged the man back into the sport that he left at he got kicked out of at the end of the 2024 season for Liam Lawson and then Isaac Hadjar. But he's back. So what we thought was going to be Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, based off the information we've got from throughout the last season, throughout the secret meetings, through the driver transfer chaos, it turned out Daniel Ricciardo's back. So wow, that is a grid. Mercedes, I think, are in probably a bit of a tough spot. Every other team is actually in a really decent spot with drivers. Two very strong drivers in every other team, which is incredible. I mean, there's F2 and F3, but I don't really care about that. But anyway, so we'll bring up the performance graph and I'll adjust the calendar. So here is the 2026 pecking order. And wow. So, as I hoped, as I expected, it looks like it's going to be Aston Martin on top at the start of the season. Actually quite closely followed by McLaren. And then there's a bit of a gap where you've got Red Bull and Mercedes quite close there. And then you've got RB have actually made a fair jump. RB, Alpine and Ferrari. Ferrari have fell away. They'll be hoping to get massive improvements in them before the first race. And then Williams have fell off a bit from last season, probably not where they wanted to be. Then it's Haas in 9th and Sauber down right at the bottom still. Well, I say Sauber, it's Audi now. At the bottom it's Aston Martin on top, which is good news. It's what we wanted to hear. So now time for the calendar. So we've got a shortened calendar, 20 races this season. And it's going to go from Australia to Japan to Suzuka. Then we're going to head over to China. Then an early Las Vegas. An early Imola. Then Spain, Monaco. And then Canada. Okay, it's not liking it. And Canada, then it goes Austria, Britain, Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Singapore. We miss Azerbaijan this season. Then we head to a much later Miami. And then we head across the states to Texas. Then down to Sao Paulo. Then we're going to have Jeddah. And then finishing again in Abu Dhabi. So that's what our 2026 season looks like. So we will now just look at the car. Look at getting an upgrade on before that first race in Australia. So I mean, there is the Aston Martin livery. You can see part of it and you can see the rest of it just in the back here with the new Honda badging. White engine cover, obviously for the big Honda representation. But stuff we definitely need to work on. We've got good dirty air, good medium and good high speed, which is important. Hopefully we'll see, yeah, we're looking quick at a lot of these first tracks. Top speed and DRS is okay. So right now this first upgrade is going to be a front wing. For sure, it's definitely going to be a front wing. And we'll go like that. Quite a bit of wind tunnel time, and it's going to be low speed and tyre preservation, heavily focused. We'll take a bit of life out of it because that's fine. So yeah, this is very good for the low speed, good for the extra weight. So the front wing, the two wings, front and rear, were the thing that we focused the least on, and the suspension over the research period. which is I don't really want to lose that medium speed performance though. How can I gain that back? Okay, right, we're gonna have to find some medium speed in another part of the car, I think. We've got 60 days till Melbourne, which is good. We will then also do I'm thinking a side pod to try just improve that engine cooling, if possible. So yeah, we don't have to take much life out of it. Okay, the focus of this is the engine cooling. And top speed if we can get away with that. And by the looks of it, we can, which is good. So this will make us... This is actually a pretty good piece for the car, this side pod. And I will do, lastly, a suspension piece. Well, not lastly, I'll probably do a floor after this as well. But this is going to be a tyre preservation piece. Just focused, which is absolutely huge for tyre preservation right now. We take some weight off, maybe can't really gain any low speed without sacrificing. So I'm quite happy with this suspension. It gains us a nice chunk of tyre preservation, which is good. And then we will do a... What's worse? I'd like to actually stretch the advantage that we've got. So I'm going to do a bit of a almost premature floor upgrade. So this is irrelevant. This floor upgrade is in an attempt to stay ahead, or just kind of almost a jump. Try and hold our advantage that we've got in top speed by just improving it. Which is exactly the plan. So there we go, 4 upgrades on. We've got 2 brilliant drivers in the team, a brilliant engine in the back of the car hopefully. And we can hopefully have a very good season, push for a championship. But you'll all have to watch out for the first live stream, which will be episode 1 of the 2026 season, where we'll be doing Australia and maybe a couple of others. But I hope you're all as excited as I am for this season. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.